It's just like nothing I've ever read before. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shannon Margaret B, and I'm so happy to have you here. I am coming to you from the future. This vlog was filmed about 3 or 4 weeks ago. However, spoiler alert, it is one of my top 10 reads of 2025. I really wanted to be able to share it with you, and also for my own memories, just because I got to do a lot of fun stuff in this particular week. Sometimes I'll film a week, and then if I don't edit it right away, I kind of just don't even worry about it, and I like start over another week, which is a terrible way to do things, and maybe I'll be a little better about it next year. My dog is literally wearing a Halloween bandana, and right now he's wearing a lovely Christmas one, so clearly some time has passed. I'm trying out a new mic because the audio on my videos when I'm editing them has been driving me absolutely nuts, so I'm doing this clip with a mic and without to see which one wins. My audio is so low, it drives me nuts. A really exciting thing is happening this weekend, and that's that I have off for Saturday and Sunday, which has not happened since April, and it will not happen again until next year. So I'm quite excited to make the most of this weekend and get lots of reading in. This weekend, me and my husband are going on a date night. We're seeing the new movie Running Man, which I'm excited about. We're going to try a new cafe this weekend. And we are also going to the Giants-Packers game because we are Packers fans. Excited to bring you along for all of that. The thriller I want to read this week is Murder in the Family by Cara Hunter. It's like the 20th anniversary of an unsolved murder. And like a Netflix documentary-ish crew comes in to try to see if they can solve. It's really cool. It's like written as a script. The other one I want to get to is The Cloisters by Katy. So this is about a woman who I think she works in the Met, and she works in like the Cloisters section, which is like a gothic section. I don't really know a ton about that one, so I'm excited. But I'm going to get the reading vlog started, and I have to get to work. Hi guys, it is the next day and I have some reading updates. To recap last night, it was so nice. We had a great date night and then we saw Running Man. Running Man was absolutely amazing. It's so funny because they gave us like a poster because I guess we went on opening night, which is so cute. Always wait until it comes out on streaming, but it was so fun being in the theater on like an opening night of a movie and everyone had their posters and it was just really cute. But yeah, the movie was really good. It stars Glenn Powell and he's like trying to make money for his family, and he joins this reality show where they have 30 days to survive in the wild, but the public is trying to catch them for the show. So it's like the whole population is in on the show, and pretty much if they get caught, they die. So it's a very risky show. But a reading update, Murder in the Family by Cara Hunter. This book is something that I've never experienced before. It's been so fun. It's definitely an acquired taste. The book is written as like the script slash transcript of these people trying to create a murder documentary. So they're reopening the case of 20 years ago. A man named Luke Ryder died, and some of the family members were home, some weren't, some were in contact, some weren't. There's like so many intricacies to the case, and pretty much this like film crew comes in to shoot like I think it's like a 8-episode documentary to try to see, and they bring in all of their experts and try to see if they can reopen the case and find out anything new and like interview all new people, and it's been really fun. I will also say I listened to one of the episodes on the audiobook. It sounds like I'm talking about a podcast, but I listened to it on audio, and that's really fun because it is a full cast audiobook. It is also really fun to read it physically because there's text messages, there's emails, there's pictures. You see like the autopsy pictures of like the gashes because the guy is, I think he gets his head bashed. Yeah, you get a lot of like inside scoop information and like pictures, and you see like a map of the house. So it's really cool. You kind of have to, if you're going to listen to the audio, I feel like you kind of need the book nearby so that you can see some of what they're talking about. So I do kind of prefer to read it physically. I am really enjoying this. I definitely want to finish it today because I really want to know who killed this guy because this case is so juicy, and the way it's presented in this book is just like nothing I've ever read before. I mean, there's literally no conventional writing. It's all just conversation and dialogue. So to each their own if that's something that you like or don't like. Also is cool because it brings in a lot of like pop culture. Like they talk about Sarah Pearse, which is one of my favorite authors from this year. And they talk about like the case of Adnan Syed, which was a massive, like popular podcast about a case being reopened on a podcast. I'm enjoying my weekend off to the max. This has been so nice, and I'm only on Saturday afternoon, so I'm very excited to just keep doing some crafts, reading. We're going to a cafe, and I'm going to cook some comfy soup tonight and just have a very relaxing night. I changed the top of my mic because I think the audio sounds better, but now I'm sounding like I'm completely underwater. So I'm like just trying to figure out. So I'm like, maybe this head of the microphone would work better. So we're going to try the next for this clip. I have a lot of reading updates. So I finished Murder in the Family by Cara Hunter. This was 5 out of 5. This book was so amazing. I think it's just like nothing I've ever read before. I think it's such a unique approach. I think I've seen this aspect before of like a podcast trying to solve a murder. This book was just so fun and so unique. It's just like one in a million when you have those books where like I literally was sitting there like kicking my feet like, oh my god, this twist was so fun. 5 out of 5. I highly recommend it. I think the reopening of the murder investigation and all of the layers that end up going into it is just so fun. I don't know. I'm obsessed. I love it. I loved it both tangibly and I liked the audio as well, so I don't think you can go wrong. I did look up Cara Hunter a little bit just because I didn't know a ton about her. And obviously, when you read like a 5-star from an author, you're like, do you have more books that I can read of yours? And she has a series about, I want to say it's about DI agent Folly or something. So it takes place in Oxford and it's like the Oxford police team. And I think there's like 6 or 7 books to the series. And I think it's like $45 on Amazon for the whole series. And I was staring at it and I was like, I don't need this. I was like, maybe I'll try the first book from my library or I'll see if I can get it from one of my book sales. But now I know to look out for those books, so I definitely want to try them. I don't know if I would like her other books just because this one being written as like the transcript is very unique and different. Like obviously all of her books aren't going to be written like that. Weekend was going really great. It is Monday now. I weirdly have off. I never really get this many days in a row off, so I'm not going to question it and I'm just going to enjoy it and apply to more jobs for next year. Now I'm going to probably read this for most of the day. This is The Cloisters. So I can't say too much about it. I'm only on chapter 4. I'm like 30 pages in. But it is interesting. So far we're following this girl named Anne and she graduates college. She like studied like the Renaissance era and then she got a job at the Met, but the Met ends up routing her to this area called the Cloisters, which is near the Met, but it's not like in the Met. And so she has to like study, I think it's like divination, like tarot stuff. So that's all I've gotten out of it so far. I like the writing so far, and I do really like the main character, and I'm very like rooting for her to figure out whatever she's going to be figuring out in this book, but I do like it so far. So I have been obsessed with my diamond art. I'm really enjoying doing this. This is like a terrace scene with a bunch of flowers. I am excited to work on this. It's like been so relaxing and like mindless. future me's back again because I did not even review this book a month ago. So The Cloisters by Katy Hayes. I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5. It is a really fun read. It's very intriguing. It's very vague of like what's going on. I do like the feeling of not knowing if things are paranormal or magical or if they're just real. There's a little love interest. She goes through all these things with a friendship, and it does cover a lot of ground. It is a short book. I think it's under 300 pages. But it does kind of have like a paranormal, but thrillery vibe, magical, dark academia vibe. It's a really fun read. I think if you're someone that like needs to know what's going on at all times, you're probably not going to enjoy this because it does take a while to build, but then it's like worth it. And I think the way that it goes is very surprising. Thinking a lot about like Ninth House while I was reading this, or Catherine House. And I definitely would say this is like a league of its own. It's very different and very, very fun. And I really enjoyed it. If you think the world of like tarot is interesting, you can definitely have an appreciation for this book. And I think I find tarot cards interesting and like the whole science behind readings and psychics and whatever. So this book kind of did tickle my brain in that way. I don't know, the characters are really fun. I really enjoyed the character Anne, and I also liked her complicated friendship throughout the whole book with her coworker. Like interesting to follow along in their friendship and kind of like, I don't know, there's just like such a sinister tone throughout the whole book, but it's not like frustrating where you're like, okay, what's going on? It's like, ooh, like I feel like something's coming. I'd say it's definitely does not lean sci-fi at all. This has like a magical motif without being magical, and that's kind of what I enjoy. And I definitely want to give Katy Hayes books a try. I think she has another one that just came out as well. So I will definitely look out for her books. That's the end of the vlog. 2 great books. I cannot recommend this book more if you like thrillers. I know this is a backlist book, so you've probably already read it, but if you haven't, I'm sure it's really cheap to find it, or you can find it at a thrift store. It is just so fun. It's just so fun. This reading week went so well, and that's why I just felt like I had to share it with you. Like, good books can be found on a backlist. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!